Hey guys, it's Elias. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. If you've been following along, this is the third in our spring Civic Type R racing series. So we've been doing a lot of fun things to this. We've done a lot of modifications. I've been testing things out. So for this video, we're going to be testing out these brand new Federal RSR tires. They are 265, 35, 18, 200 treadwear tires, and the Konig wheels. These are the first time I'm testing out these wheels and tires at the track, Pocono Raceway. It's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to see a lot of racing footage, and I got very comfortable with this tire setup in this series. So I'm going to be talking about what I like about them, what I don't like about them, all that good stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to stay tuned till the end, make sure you subscribe, share, and like the video. Alright guys, let's get started.
Alrighty, here we go. So tires are Federal 595 RSRRs, 265, 3518s on Konig wheels. They are 18 by 9.5 plus 35mm offset. They look pretty good on the Type R. Let's see how they perform. So as we can see here, the car is doing very well. And we're just getting started in the first session. We're behind a Lexus ISF, and we're just getting heat into the tires right now, so I'm getting that set up. A couple of notes for on the street: the Federal 595 RSRRs are okay. Again, they're very noisy, but they perform pretty well. They're just like any other 200 treadwear tire out there. They do very well when it's hot and do terribly when it's cold or raining. So what other modifications do I have besides the tires and wheels? Well, I have Duralast GT brake pads that I'm testing out. They're actually pretty good, but we'll cover them in the next video. I also have K-Tuner V2. That's what you see on the bottom right hand corner. I have the tuner view from my phone. It's pretty awesome. It data logs for you. It does a lot of different things. And the K-Tuner, I have a stepped stage 1. So currently with the Plus R mode, it's stage 1 tune, around 350-ish horsepower. The car runs really nicely with it. Very, very safe tune from K-Tuner. Innovative Motorworks did the tune. And overall, like I've said before, the car does very well. So whenever you go on a track, it's very, very important that you get heat in your tires and make sure that you get the grip that you need when you're going around turns. You don't want to lose it. Most people tend to lose grip towards the beginning of a session and towards the end, because towards the end the driver gets fatigued. The tires, some tires like the Federal 595s, they can get pretty greasy. But otherwise, yeah, make sure your tires are up to temp before you start going crazy. Looking at the temperatures right now, it doesn't look too bad. It's probably around 50 to 60 degrees ambient temp right now, maybe 65 degrees ambient temp. So it's pretty ideal track day here, especially for a turbo car, considering this car does tend to overheat a little bit. As you can see, again, this is the first track session that I've had since the November or September of 2018. So it's probably 4 or 5 months since I last was at the track. My lines are terrible. I do get better in the future sessions, and as I get more comfortable with the modifications and the car itself and being back at the track. So right here we're right behind an STI, and I mean I do love that orange color. I don't know if it's a wrap or not. It might be an original color. Whatever it is, it looks amazing. And we're also behind a couple of very fast Mustangs. The 350 GT that we just passed there, he wasn't trying at all. He would definitely smoke probably all of us in these straights. Super fun out there. This is the advanced group for track night in America, so everyone knows what's going on. If you don't know what's going on, it can be a very dangerous situation. But if you do know what's going on, if you know the rules, the passing, and look at your mirrors, you tend to have a lot of fun. I'm really pushing it here. I'm really, you know, right up against this either a 350 or a 370Z. I think it's the 370Z. And the tires are really good. Very, very, very grippy. Honestly, for $100 per tire, it's hard to beat dollar per performance. You just have to be careful that you work within its parameters. You know, make sure they're not too hot, make sure they're not too cold, and make sure that you don't really drive these during a rainstorm. They don't really do that well in the rain. And again, the noise that they make, they sound like jetliners. They sound really, really loud. You hear them spool up as the car speeds up. You hear it's like a jet engine spooling up. It's kind of crazy. As you heard right there, the tires are extremely loud. So Federal 595s are extremely loud. That's why I really can't recommend them as a daily tire. I mean, they're just so loud on the road whenever you're driving around. It sounds like you're driving around in a jet plane. By now they've got pretty much enough heat to perform as best as they can. They're not too hot yet. And as you can see here, we are gunning it right towards some traffic. That is a very fast part of the track for me. Thanks, of course, to the Type R chassis and the Federal tires. The Federal tires actually do really well as long as they're not too cold or too hot. One thing I do like about these tires is that they're very communicative. Once they start losing grip, you hear them howling. Now for contrast, I have had the stock Continental tires on the same track with the same car. I've had Hoosier R7 tires, again on the same track with the same car. Similar conditions as well. So I can pretty much say these tires are definitely better than the Continental Sport Contact 6 tires. Those Sport Contact 6 tires, they pretty much give up the ghost about 2 laps in. The Hoosier R7 tires, they are beasts. They require a lot of heat, but once they get them, you're good to go, and they don't give up. They don't give up giving up grip, unlike these tires. I make it pretty fast there. It's a pretty fast run. I'm trying to catch up that Mustang right there. Almost hit 100 miles an hour there. That's my goal. And I catch up to that Mustang pretty well during those turns. But it's a Mustang GT with Ford Performance suspension, driven very well by a very good driver. This is a very bouncy part of the track, and you can hear the tires kind of give up a little bit. The back end of this car loves to come around on bouncy turns, so having the traction control on definitely helps. It's not the only thing that'll help. You need to have your wits about you. Already the tires are starting to show that kind of a greasiness that gets when they get too hot. As you can see by this point, I'm getting very comfortable with the tires. I'm loving that little bit of extra negative camber that I have as well. The turn-in is just that much better with that extra negative camber. Getting very, very comfortable here, and the tires are part of it, and the extra negative camber is part of it. The brake pads are also part of it. Also, I want to give a shout out to Konig wheels. These wheels, they look amazing. They're fairly lightweight. I feel like the car's a bit more nimble because of the lighter weight wheels. Maybe it's just, maybe I'm just making that up, but I don't know. I was feeling pretty good about it as I was traveling through this track. It felt really, really good, really planted, and I really love the wheels, love the way they look, and the tires, they do pretty well. Now we're starting to exhibit here what I keep saying is the greasiness of the tires. When they get really, really hot, they get kind of greasy. So I'm not really pushing 100% anymore here. I know there's traffic up ahead, so you know, I try to take it easy, and I take a few more laps and just get a bit more comfortable with the car. Another couple of modifications that I did want to mention is, of course, that new shift knob and the Acuity pedal spacer. So, as you guys know, I turn off the auto rev match feature that the Type R has. It works pretty well, but I like to do it myself. And I've been using my my new shift knob for quite a while, and that they have both added to the enjoyment of my car. And you know, I think because of that, it improves the feel and my drivability as well. So, you know, I wanted to also mention that. Well, here we have it. The tires did really well. Again, once they get heat on them, they get nice and greasy. But for $100 a pop, I mean, it's really hard to say that they're bad tires. If you need a budget-minded tire that you're gonna use on the track, or if you live in areas where it's mostly almost always hot or warm and it doesn't rain too much, I really can't say bad things about these tires. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.